Okay, we're back with another day and another live stream. I thought last night that I was going to go ahead and come back, but we got pizza, and I was like, oh, I'm going to eat some pizza. And then by the time I ate that, I was like, oh, it's after 10 o'clock. So I thought, man, I need to get ready for bed. So I did, because if I didn't, I'd have been up till way too late. So, back on the change gears completely. If you've seen any of the previous videos on this, on Mom's computer upgrades, but over here it gets dark over here so that you can at least see the screens a little bit. But I've got one of my the camera aimed at the monitor, the laptop, and my main monitor there, and not that you can read it or anything, but at least you can kind of tell what I'm talking about when I do things like reboot, do things that I can't show on remote desktop. So I already made a username yesterday evening, and I'm in mine right now, but I'm going to kind of look around and think about things, and then I'm going to reboot into her username and start, copying all my backups over to her username on the this is Dell 1525 laptop. It's a dual core with 3 gig of RAM and about 348 megabytes. I think it's exactly 348 megabytes of onboard video memory. And it will handle, with Debian, it'll handle playing YouTube videos or whatever. So, and of course everything else will run good. It runs pretty good like that. I put Fedora 26 on it, and it couldn't play YouTube videos or anything anymore. And that's what I used to use for it when I had Fedora 19, and I think I went Fedora 19 and then 21 or something. Before that, I had other things on it, but actually, at that time, it used to. Back then, it had Windows 7. It was dual boot with Windows 7 and Fedora 21, but. All I have is Debian 8 on it. That way I get a lot more space to use. It was both systems were filled, both operating systems were filled up, and couldn't do much with it anymore. So let's go to the desktop, and I already closed my browser because I don't want to overwhelm this machine. But I don't have another. I'm using the laptop I usually preview my video on my stream with is the one I'm going to work on. So I just have to do it right here in the video. Make sure I don't want to get started working away and thinking everything's good when it's right not. So. In the video. Okay. So okay, we'll get over here. I'm on my remote desktop of the Dell 1525 laptop. And got Genome 2, no, not Genome 2. They finally switched from Genome 2 to Mate in Debian. They were running Genome 2 all the way up until, I think Fedora 7 might have been Genome 2. I'm not sure, but I know Fedora 6 is. Fedora. Debian, I always say Fedora because that's what I always use, but I have 2 old computers in the garage. I've got, let's see, Fedora 6 on a 350 megahertz gateway, and Fedora 7 on a 500 megahertz gateway runs just fine. And they can't, well, the browsers don't get updated, so they can't, they don't work with Flash or anything. Well, I purposely didn't put Flash on them so they wouldn't, the machine just couldn't run that, And so some you just have to pick and choose what web pages, if there's something not working, you can read the text, but maybe things won't work. But it doesn't matter. All I ever used them for out there was just to look up things when I was out there working on stuff in the garage. So. And they'll play music and stuff like that. I used them for that a lot. So, but you couldn't sit out there and watch YouTube videos or anything. So anyway, this will. Fedora, Debian 8 will. And 9 is out now. But I had already put 8 on this one, and I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Maybe later I'll upgrade it. But and I suppose maybe I could run Firefox in portable mode. I'll open it up just and get it to update itself automatically like I do on, I'm doing that on my Fedora 23 because it's already into life, EOL. And so, that's how I'm keeping Firefox and Thunderbird up to date. Actually, I've done it so many years now, I kind of I'm kind of starting to think that maybe better. I mean, you know, the updates, the security updates, you want those right away. And even Fedora's pretty quick about putting them out. But I'll go to YouTube. But Debian is staying. Oh, let's check that. Okay, so it's a couple of. That's my YouTube homepage, and whatever they think I would like to watch. And so we'll do this. This is actually something I had planned on doing. Okay, 58.0.2. That's what we're on now. I'll have to open it back up, but over here on my machine, that's over there on the Dell laptop. Now on mine, I have. Oh, it's not behind anymore. It had been. Maybe it was only behind because I hadn't been running the machine and doing the updates. That must be what it is. Okay, so it's staying completely up to date because my machine is up to date to the newest one. I've been paying attention to that, and it was like two versions behind. You know, two releases behind. But I've got exactly the same one in either one of them, 58.0.2, 64-bit. Very good. So, you know, there's no point in changing to Debian 9. That is a 64-bit processor on the laptop, so it would run it. They finally, I think it was Debian 8 where they finally dropped. Well, not finally, but I mean, you know, they got to sooner or later. They finally dropped support for 32-bit processors. So you can't run the newer anything. I think it's 7 on back will run 32-bit processors. So anyway, and I got most of all these old machines. A lot of them are it's just back and forth, but a lot of them are only 32-bit. So other than that, okay. Quit with the coughing. I'll be able to go on. Trying to think. Everything I want to do is going to have to get into her new screen username. But I actually just forgotten logged into mine. So okay. Yeah, I need to write that down. So let's go ahead and I think I will instead of trying to see what's the best way to do that. I can just say reboot. I found some icons I like. Everything shows everything. Like these two had the exact same icon, and that's the KRFB. And that's a temporary password, so don't get all excited. It's going to be changed every time I reboot. I might, but you couldn't log into it anyway because I had to say OK up here for you to do that. So, and you know, well, anyway, this is remote desktop viewer. And this is KRFB. So they had the same icon. I was like, well, which one's which? You know, I didn't like it at all. And I also like how the shutdown is a nice big red button that way. And that is, well, since I'm talking about it, I guess I better show it. Appearance. These are the ones I'm used to. The mate settings, and you can do backgrounds and fonts. Like that, and then you have to hit customize on this one, and the theme is traditional OK. Colors I didn't change. The window border. Icons I went to Oxygen, and that's where I got that. It had the default with nowadays is usually Adwada with Mate desktop, and I like this right here. I got what I got pretty much. I just got used to that kind of light blue bar, and I especially like the shape of these. So anytime I can't get those, it throws me off because it slows me down. I have to look and think when I'm switching. So I was thinking I would. I don't know if it's a good idea to hit reboot with KRFB running, so I was thinking maybe I should shut it down. So what I'll do is disconnect, so that I won't chance, causing myself trouble there. And I got confused. I was thinking I had to use the KVM switch. Okay, now I go to camera 2. This is the whole point of why I did this. Now I just use my wireless mouse to. Of course, you can't even tell what I'm doing, but. Quit KRFB before I do the reboot and get into her username. And you hit the shutdown button, and then you get the chance to restart shutdown, hibernate, whatever you want. That's what I'm used to. That's why I'm always kind of half complaining when I'm in XFCE. I still think that maybe it could be XFCE doesn't work with that scanner software right, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we might see. I'll give it a try. While it's rebooting, I'm writing down her password on my little note because I hadn't done that. She didn't have a user. Okay. Yeah. Now, in the Bang, it's the hardest thing for me to remember. It doesn't have a drop-down list like Fedora's. It's Mate Desktop, but it's different. I mean, you might be able to do that way by changing a theme, for maybe the theme for the welcome screen or something. Maybe I should look into that, but I haven't. Wrong keyboard. Okay, and I'm just gonna pick up the keyboard. The only thing about that is sometimes I hit buttons by accident. It's there's no area around this keyboard for you to get a hold of anything. But it's nice. It's it's nice that it's compact. Since it's wireless, you're liable to move it around. And I bought it originally to use in the living room for them. I had a computer in there for them to use to watch Amazon videos or YouTube videos, or use XBMC. What's it called? I can't think of what they call it now. They changed the name, but it was the version I had on. There was a new version, but. So it was in there for a while until all the internet stuff got to using so many resources it couldn't keep up. It was a single core 2.8 gigahertz Celeron, but it was doing good for a couple of years there. Okay, should work fine because like I said, I made her her username in the previous video in the command line last night. I have a pencil that's never been sharpened that I used to push the buttons on my KVM switch, because it's way up under the monitor there behind it. It was the only place I had room to put it with the the servers on the right of my monitor, and that's my machine that used to be my main machine. And I used to only just have usually have one machine, and I had room to spread out. But then when I added the server up there, that's the only thing I could do. The only thing I could do that I liked. Plus, the length of the cables dictate where you put stuff to. Okay, so I think. I still got to get KRFB up and running before I can log into it on a remote desktop. Now, it's just a blank Mate. I don't have any shortcuts in there or anything. So, first thing I'll have to do is find. I think KRFB might be in System. Yep. System Tools, KRFB. Now, of course, this is the first time I've logged into her new name at all, but hopefully everything will work okay. I just thought of one thing. Oh, she doesn't have the same okay, the wallet, KDE wallet. That's why it was taking so long. The KDE wallet's not set up. Let me read. Okay, various applications attempt to use KDE Wallet to store passwords and other information such as web form data, cookies. If you would like these applications to use the wallet, you must enable it now and choose method for its encryption. Okay. GPG method is more secure, but you must have configured at least one encrypted key on your system. Oh. If you use the classic format, be warned that the password you choose cannot be recovered if it is lost, and it will allow anyone who knows it to obtain it and the information contained in the wallet. Well, you know, they're always saying that all these keys are better, but with the keys, all you have to do is get that, I mean, maybe I don't understand it well enough, but with the keys, one thing, you can go into the .ssh folder and read your private key. It's long and almost undecipherable to me, but it could be used. I know that much. The other thing is, all they need is that public key. If they get your public key and your private key is in your .ssh directory, at least that's the way it's done in Fedora, I don't know for sure in Debian, it probably is the same. Then they're in without a password, typing a password or anything. So, say if they did, I mean, yeah, it'd be hard for them to get that public key, but at least that's the way I went around every time I tried to mess with all that for years until I finally got it working. Well, I've gotten it working, and then I didn't care for the way it worked. Well, I was so used to just using the password. And I'll tell you one thing, a lot of things, it changed things. So anyway, one thing I don't like on this Debian system, on my username, every time I open an app that needs password, I have to type in. It won't store. I just want it to store my password like the mate, the regular mate. I don't know why in Debian it only comes up with KDE. In Fedora, you can use the one that comes with mate, and I don't remember the name of it, and I'm not going to go all into it right now, but you can have the choice of either saying I want to type in my wallet password every time, or I want you to store the wallet password. I like it to just store the wallet password. I'm not worried, and then it just does it for me. It's a convenience then. It puts in those passwords into the apps that you choose for you, and you don't have to keep typing them in. But actually for this, it's more like this KRFB has passwords for logging in onto the remote desktop. It doesn't store those. It just won't open up KRFB until the K-Wallet gives it, I guess, you don't need root password. You need whatever password you use for the KDE wallet. Now, if you tell it, if you just say no, cancel, or whatever, then it'll keep bugging you every time you open up the certain apps that are KDE apps. So, I don't know. I'm going around in circles. So what I'm trying to say is, now I'm wondering, okay, should I try the GPG method and make a pre-shared key and all that stuff? Well, that's liable to end up, it could be quick and easy, or it could take hours. So let's don't fool with that. I know if I don't say yes, I want to use it. So I'm going to say classic method, and I'm going to put me a password in there. Wrong keyboard. Did I switch my view? Last night I started typing on that keyboard, the wrong keyboard, and it switched my view. I guess it's because of what I was typing. So there's some sort of shortcuts to the letters I was typing. But it was changing to different scenes. And, okay, finish now. Now it's still going to ask me for that password. So it's as if I didn't do anything. It's actually just an extra aggravation every time I want to open the KDE app. Yeah, now it's going to ask me for that password. Okay, now now I can enable desktop sharing, and I always go ahead and do allow remote without answering. Okay, I should be all set up. Oh, good. I didn't have to fight with the Wi-Fi to get the same. I got my same IP address that I had before. What I've been having to do, I'll show it here in a second. But I'm good. Now, let's switch over to my desktop again. I should be able to just hit connect. Yeah. Now, yeah, I always used I can't find a graphic user interface to turn on and off remote desktop except for KRFB, and it's okay. It's just not what I'm used to. All the years I used to use VNC server, and then Genome 2 had a graphic app that was actually automatically installed to turn on and off. You could have it. That's how come her Fedora 14 machine is just always on. Now, KRFB, I can't find a way to make it be always on. Otherwise, now KRFB, you still use like Vino server or whichever VNC server you want to use, but it'll turn it on and off for you. And that's cool because it's more secure if it's not on all the time. But the other way, I just set it and forget it, you know. And I liked that a lot. I used it for all these years. Since around, I don't know if I learned it in 2005. Probably did because I'd already learned how to do VNC with Windows. But from 2005 or 6 all the way to till now, until a year or two ago, when they changed everything up. Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and go to full screen. Now, what I was talking about with the networking, I would have to disable. I'd click on that. You know, if you left click on that, it'll disable Wi-Fi. And otherwise, KRFB would get the Wi-Fi IP address, which let's see what the IP addresses are. Oh, there's no Wi-Fi connection right now. That's why. I wonder why it went away. So I guess if somehow it lost the Wi-Fi. Oh, there's no Wi-Fi connection because I haven't set up Wi-Fi in her username. I guess I better go ahead and do that right now while I'm thinking before I forget. So I just have to kind of pay attention that I'm not, you know, I'm always, you have to type in passwords to do this stuff. Edit connections. Let's see, Wi-Fi. Edit. What is that? Okay, it wants root. You know what? I'll go ahead and go in there, but oh, I typed the wrong. Let's see if I can just hit cancel. Because I'm thinking that I wasn't paying real close attention. Let's disable Wi-Fi and enable it and see if it, because if it didn't have a Wi-Fi, it said something about all users. It was saying I was going to do something for all users, and no, it's not connecting up. And this machine's been really, really fast, so I don't know. It may be that it got whacked out somehow, and I would need to reboot. It's not that important right now. Well, I just don't want to forget. I'm so mixed up right now that I keep. But it says used 2 months ago. Well, it can't be 2 months ago because I used it last night, and her username just got made. That says 3 minutes ago. Yeah, okay. Edit. Let's see what this is. Okay. I was. Wonder if we have that caps lock problem again. How am I going to figure that out? Got to get somewhere where I can see what I'm typing. Now, and I'll just start doing some of the. I don't have any shortcuts up there. It's not coming up good again. Let me go see if last night when this happened, it was my machine getting OBS Studio was messing things up, making my level i5 mess up. I sure hope that something, there's not something about running this particular viewer. Well, I could try a different viewer, but I've done it before. I thought I did it while I was making a video, but I got a feeling that I do have my machine on automatic updates. Something could have seen it. May have already. I bet it's using up all my memory. I can't get out of the app. It's just freezing things up. I don't know if you're seeing this or not. I don't know what you're seeing now. Let's see. I'm gonna use my wireless mouse and. Okay, well, I'm going to hit cancel on that. Maybe that'll stop trying to. Yeah, TP-Link, you can see that. I'm using the other mouse, but I don't want to keep doing that. It's not set up, though. Yeah, okay, it's not set up. So I guess what I would really want to do is hit add one when I get back to being able to do it. But right now I can't get. You know what? Some of these, TeamViewer, you can reverse the connection. And if I could do that right now, I could control my machine and straighten things out. I don't know if you might have to say okay or something. I've never done it. I don't know if my mouse would work. I'm just using the little wireless mouse. I mean, you can still see it, but I'm trying to say internet. Add this to the panel. See, now I can get to it right quick. I'll do that with everything here in a little bit. But what I'm going to do is look and see if my live stream's down while I'm trying to figure out what to do. I may have to hard shut down my computer is what I'm afraid of. Oh, I'm in her username. I can't do that without logging into my account in her username, and then that's going to make her little Firefox have, keep wanting to do that. So, bad idea. Okay, I could disconnect, but I don't think that's going to be my problem. But I guess maybe. Oh, let's see if I can. I just saw it. My machine is responding. There we go. No, it's not. It's like the app is jacking up. That's fine. That's normal. Desktop. I may have to try another viewer, though. I think that's what I'll do. I don't remember having trouble with it, but I am having trouble with it, so I'll try a different viewer. Let's gonna make sure my stream didn't get messed up. Maybe it was temporarily overwhelming my machine, and that's whatever was wrong straightened out. It could be that app. I don't know. I tell you what, I can go on for months, 6 months, without a single problem like all the ones I've been having here while I'm doing these videos this last week and a half. I tell you what, it's really strange. I mean, you always have some problems, but not so many, one right on top of the other. Okay, I'm fine. My stream's fine. So whatever happened there, I don't know if it looked as funky on the stream. Probably did look exactly like what I was seeing. But what I'm going to do then is disconnect. Which one is this? This is just this is Vinegary, which, yeah, I remember that name. That's been my favorite for a long time. Remote desktop viewer. I just like the way it works. So normally that it doesn't act up, but it did that last night and it's doing it today. So let me see what else I got. Can't use TeamViewer's app to do regular VNC. Remote desktop viewer. I think that's, let's see, yeah, Vinegary. This one is Genome GTK. Tiger VNC viewer, that might be the one to use. Not sure. Well, let's just open them up as we go in order and see. That one's real minimal, and I think it's a little harder to use. Okay. Tiger VNC, let's see. I want to see what else might show up. I think that maybe only have those 3 on there. So let's try Tiger VNC. That's a good, that's a real minimal one too, but let's see. At least it saves your IP address, the last one you used. That's just the settings. Okay, load, save as. Okay. Well, what was the IP address? I've got it over there. 0.110. See if this one's okay. Looks okay. Oh, this could be that one that I don't know how to get out of the full screen view. See, there's nothing in there nothing comes up, no extra controls. I don't even know if you can make it. You may not be able to make it. That's all you got. It doesn't have any. You right click, doesn't do anything. Let me try that other one, because I don't like not being able to go to full screen. I don't want to work with it like that. I can work with it like that. I mean, that's okay, but I sure did like being able to make it full screen. Okay, let's try the other one and see. Okay. I hit enter, but it didn't do nothing. This time I'll hit connect. This one doesn't seem to have any features either. Doesn't seem to work. Maybe I have to put the port in there. You do. Okay, now 5900. It tells you, for example, it's in real light. It still ain't working. Why is this one even on here then? Well, I want to go back to the one I like. Wait, I don't have to do that. I'm going to try it one more time. If it acts up again, then there may be another one on there and I'm just not seeing it. I've used this a lot without problems. So, and I've used it on this. Well, I guess I haven't used it for long periods of time on this. Talking to Debian, used it a lot talking to Fedora systems. Well, let's just see if it's going to work out okay. If I have to, I'll go and use that Tiger. I mean, I can go searching and find. I know there's others that I've used, and I either don't have them on the system or they're not showing up because their search is just not finding them. But well, what was I going to do? That threw me off. Okay. I think the first thing I will do is try syncing her Firefox. Now, let's just see. Oh yeah, first thing I got to do is get it to where it can be used. Home, I want it over there. What's that extra thing? Why is it they're sticking together? Bookmarks. Oh, right, because that's not the home. That's the bookmarks. This is the home. Okay, and then I like the download thing. Well, I haven't got the. I'll have to wait. There we go. You can still do it even when you're in that mode. I want my words up there. I read words. I don't remember pictures. I don't want that pocket. It's a little different. It's a little less things in there that you can put in than in when you're in Fire. This is the kind of a specialized version to be. I think it's supposed to be a little less resource heavy. But it's called Firefox ESR. Yeah, this is supposed to be lightweight, so I guess they take out things that they think might. But that's fine. I mean, lightweight is good, especially on a dual-core machine. Just as long as it's kind of laid out the way I'm used to it and everything. Now then, I think I can do this without showing. When I'm go back and make sure I just looked at my stream a minute ago, but I just start worrying. If I have that funny feeling like maybe I should check it, sometimes it's just that worryful feeling. Sometimes it's a little help from above, I'd say, telling me, hey, check that. It's broke. A little help from above, I'd say. The Lord is good to me. It's not a preaching video, but anyway, that's the way I am. All right. I like to have Firefox as the default browser, and let's go to Google. Actually, she has a home page. Oh, you know what? Well, that's all right. I'll do that for right now, but when I import all of her stuff, it'll change that. But their search, I don't even think they use Firefox. I think they started using Yahoo or something weird like that. No, I actually used Yahoo for a year or two before Google came out. So, or before I heard of it. I saw something online the other day saying Google was out in 1995. I thought it came out in like 2002 or 3 or something. I used Alta Vista, and I remember something called Scrub the Web, and I used the Government Go for searches, and that was in '98 when I first got on AOL and started really getting into the internet. And then around 2000 or 2001, somewhere, yeah, maybe it was '99. You know, they call it the .com boom. You know, all the search engines came up and made lots of money. And of course, now look at what Google is today. But then there was the crash a little while after that, and that's where Yahoo almost went broke. And of course, they've been struggling ever since. Actually, well, I guess they're struggling, but they portray them as struggling because they're not near as big as Google now. You know, they were the biggest one. Yahoo was the biggest one. They were the biggest one in the .com boom. So anyway, I liked them back then. But then they kept on putting more and more ads in your search results, and you just find crap, you know, instead of what you're looking for. And then when Google came out, they didn't do that. They didn't used to. They didn't used to have any ads. And still, they don't push them in your face. Well, I use AdBlock+ and block plus and block out the ones that bother me. But Anyway, of course, we didn't have anything like that back then. There wasn't really a real need for it way back then. Okay, sync is what I want to do. Now, I've got to get... I'm trying to think what I did with it. I made her an account and a password for syncing. Yeah, there it is. Just the other day. So, but that's not where I put it, I don't think. Let me find it. Oh, I remember where I put it. Did I forget to check my stream, or did I check it? I checked it, and I forgot to close the browser. Telling me. Hey. Okay, let me reload it, make sure I'm up to date now. Reloads faster on this machine than on that dual core, that laptop. So I guess there is a difference. Oops. Reloads faster on this machine. Okay, now I know I'm okay. So far, so good with the remote desktop. We'll see if it starts acting up again, then I will have to do something, use a different viewer. Works great. It's just that the video goes nuts after a while. It looks like it looks like a machine being low on memory. Video memory is what it looks like, but if it was, it cleared up. If mine was. Okay. Now we're ready to sign in. Having trouble tapping today. Just make sure it works before I say save it. Oh, first I've got to open Gmail. Well, I'll go ahead and save it, and if it's wrong, I can delete it and let it save it again. Because with her, I need to do that. Oh. I can't get into her Gmail until unless I want to. Well, I can do that too. I can sign in there. Let me think. Okay, let's. I really had tried not to show her even her email address, but it's not the end of the world. But I don't know if I sign into Gmail in this browser, I don't even know what it's going to show. So I'll do it this way, so you can't read it. You can tell what's going on, but you can't read it, I don't think. Okay. Because I don't have a Thunderbird set up anyway yet, so. Looks like it worked. Okay, now I'm going to do to confirm. I'll do that before I switch back to okay. Bookmarks, passwords, add-ons, preferences. I think that's all I'm going to want. It's doing it. I hear you can always tell when it's syncing. It starts using up lots of resources on the machine quickly. But luckily she doesn't have a lot of stuff, so we did her syncing, we did that. So that way I actually killed two birds with that stone. I've got her Gmail, her Google account saved in the browser already. Of course, it would have synced it, but I've got that in the browser. She doesn't use webmail, she uses Thunderbird, and so do I. But okay. Other thing I need to do, well, let's do that again. I want to switch back to the camera again. As long as you can't read it, I can do it. Make sure it doesn't look like it can be read. Okay. I think I'll do that at another time. I was going to look at her, just to make darn sure I'm not showing them. I'll look at her saved passwords, and there's a couple I want to check on and make sure everything's right. Okay, so I don't think I need to do any more of that anyway. Okay, so let's go back. First, let's go to Tools, Add-ons, and I'll just close that setup. Too much sensitive information in there. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Personalized Firefox. I used to do a little bit of that stuff, but I don't do it anymore. Get add-ons. Well, there's none in there now, but there will be. Well, got to go there. There's none in there now, but there's fixing to be because it's syncing them right now. There's one. Yeah, you can see it's pretty fast. I did it the other day on the other AS Rock, and it was so fast. Since she didn't have as much stuff as I do, there's ABP. It always opens up the page to say thank you for installing, and why don't you, maybe you want to donate, or maybe you want to use this other add-on too, or something. That one there, I actually wanted to uninstall. I think it's disabled. Yeah. That still works. I wonder if I should leave it. It had been disabled but still installed, and Fedora 14, and I didn't think it was going to work, but I didn't. I'll look and see what its features are. I don't even have that on my machine. I may have at one point. And the link checker, yeah, I like that. I don't know if I have that on my machine either. See, what happened is when Firefox upgraded to the new version, a whole new platform, I was trying to show what it was called. There we go. Okay. Didn't work, and I clicked it twice, so I don't know. I may have lost it. This is Firefox ESR. It doesn't say. Maybe that's why some of those work, because it's not exactly, well, it's still, I don't know. Mine, go into mine, so I can say what I'm talking about. It's, first of all, we'll check the stream while I'm here. It makes me do it more, doesn't it? But check the stream while I'm here. Okay. Add-ons now. Yeah, I have more. See, I didn't sync hers with mine. Like originally, that's how I got those into hers. Okay. I was trying to roll up and down, and it wouldn't roll. That's because I don't have enough that it needs to page up and down. Yeah. I don't have some of those. Okay. But this is Quantum, Firefox Quantum. that, let's see. Well, this is 5204. It hasn't updated yet. You know what? I think that's old enough. That's the one that's kind of weird. Because my screen name and everything's all updated. So why isn't it? I don't know. I wonder if I found a way to get it to update. I don't think I was running portable Firefox. You know, like we talk about a lot. I can't look now because I can't even get into my folders. We'll just go with this, and if it doesn't update here in a little while, then we'll we'll do what we need to do. Okay, so yeah, Firefox. I think maybe that's right before a version or two before they went to the new Quantum Firefox that won't support any of the old ways that the browsers were written. Let's see what this speed DNS does. I mean, it's supposedly going to speed up your browsing. Oh, it does. Oh, that's just a lot of extra traffic. I don't want that. It's probably why it was. I decided to turn it off, and then, you know, I probably thought, well, later maybe I'd want to turn it back on, so I didn't just uninstall it. But yeah, that's just going to be sitting there using up traffic. There's no need for that. So undo, restart. I wonder if I'm going to have to. I think undo will uninstall it. Yeah, that uninstalled it. Okay, so I don't even want that. I hadn't been paying. I saw it when I first got on her machine to get this started, and I hadn't wanted to fool with it. So there's her add-ons. I don't think if I see anything else that I think she needs, we'll do it. But oh, translate. I thought translate would be really good that I have. That's not on here. I might should go back to mine and see exactly the one that I want. Yeah, I'm going to have to, because there's a lot of difference in them. I remember spending hours finding one that would be work at all and that I would like. So, and of course they're all going to be different now. Translate, Google Translate for Firefox. Can I copy that? No. Well, I should be able to just see it. Google Translate. That's just going to have to put in Google. Google Translate for Firefox to Google Translate. Oh, this might be, since this is the older, I think that's it. Yeah, it's got that T on it. That one works pretty well. It's real simple to use. Go ahead and restart that Firefox. It needs to. Let's see. That stylus, yeah. I don't know. I don't think it would work. I think I'll do it. I want to put that stylus in there. I'll show you why I use it. Let's see. It doesn't matter any video, so I'll play one of mine. I think I'll have to go to my channel though, but yeah, this would be put me into edit mode, I think. Hit it and see. That's the one I'm doing right now. That's fine. That's my live video. Yeah, that puts me in edit mode. So that's not what I want. I'm already in my area, but they changed everything. You know, this changes depending on where you are on the site. And all it does is throw me in circles. Those links that I have in my quick link there, you know, they just go to my own stuff. Okay, so let's go to my own video that I'm doing right now. And links that I have in my quick link there. And then let's say I was going to put it in my favorites. See how that's what I did with that. Because if you don't, I gotta pause that. That's what I did with Scribble, whatever that is. I forgot the name of it. Made it wide enough to read, and I'd like to do that on every menu on YouTube for. They kept going back and forth, and they'd go for. I mean, I had to for about a year. I couldn't hardly use my add to playlists because it would be cut off about right in there. Like I could see Don Bishop in the first couple of letters of the word. And why they changed that? Because used to, whatever width it was, it would go to that. And so what I had to do with that to make it work, that stylus, I had to. Let me look for it in here. I think I would have to didn't take away the stuff that was already in there. I had to make my own settings, and then I actually meant to put it up on the site for everyone else to download, and I got sidetracked and never did it. But yeah, I'm sure I'll have to somehow import what I just did. Just installing it won't do it. You have to import your. So there it is. It's really cool. It was a bit tricky to figure out how to edit those. You basically kind of edit. You get the code from the Google web page there, and then you edit HTML. And so that's what it does. It's kind of like if you heard a grease monkey, it's that sort of thing, but it's way simpler than that. I used to have that on. It was so many options and so complicated. I just didn't. I didn't use grease monkey. But so how do you get to that? Oh, it'd be up here. There it is, right there. So hey, all that stuff is in the wrong place now for me. YouTube video downloader. The screenshots, ABP. I put them in a certain order so that they're the same on every machine, so that I kind of, or at least as close as I can remember to put them. She won't be really using them, but yeah. Okay, so stylus. I have to go to a page like YouTube. Now let's see. Make sure I'm showing what I think I'm showing. Okay, so let's go to some video. Make a bowl out of cedar. I've always wanted a wood lathe. I used to be a cabinet maker back in the 80s. And never owned a wood lathe, any kind of lathe of my own. Okay, now let's say we were going to add that to favorites. It should probably show you what you do. Oh, it's trying to get her to. She doesn't want to upload videos or anything. Stupid thing. I've clicked no to that 1,000 times for the last several years. It's too much data. It's really slow to come across the remote desktop. But there we go. Now, let's see. Every time I do that, oh, okay. The stupid thing is doing that because I haven't ever made her a YouTube profile, so she can't do that, and she never has. She doesn't know that can be done, so it doesn't matter. I don't need stylus for her. Well, I mean, you can still use it, but the whole reason I got it was for YouTube. And there's other sites, you can use it on any site you want, just about any site anyway. Let's go home because that's really YouTube is making the machine run fast and hard. Let's see. Oh yeah, and that's got her home that I want her. She has. I set that up for me and her. Let's see. I do need to. If I just click login, yeah, it's already got the password now, so it should just log in. There we go. And you can customize what you want to see. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see if it works. There we go. I tried to do this the other day on the AS Rock, and it wouldn't log in, but I think it did this time. Yeah. It doesn't look like the right settings. That's not the right settings. I may have to import her profile. Let's see, where do you do that? customize. Since you're logged in, it should be working. I think that shouldn't have to do that. Let's make sure we're logged in. Try it one more time. Where's the reload button? There it is. It's in the wrong place. I want it over there. Will they not let you do that anymore? Doesn't look like it. I guess I can't move it. You can go in to customize your page and import, and it should have a backup of that. Oh, I don't, not on here yet. I haven't put anything in here, so I'm ahead of I'm sidetracked and ahead of myself. I mean, it's not really. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that thing on hers. There's no use in making the machine work harder to run. Every add-on you add will make, usually some more than others will make the machine work harder. So I'm going to uninstall that stylus. I was not thinking, or maybe this will come back to normal once I close. No, it didn't. I've had it quit working, and I had to fix it several times over the years. So let's go to add-ons again. So yeah, I don't think she needs any. I think that's all of the add-ons she needs. And yeah, that stylus is not going to benefit her, and I really don't know of any reason real other than YouTube, and she really doesn't watch videos anyway, hardly at all. You know, she's not going to use that add to playlist thing anyway, so never has. So yeah, the whole reason I got that and made my own little it's not a script, it's a custom HTML. I don't know, it just helps you in the editing process, and it was pretty tricky, but I learned how to build web pages in 98, 99. And I used to, well, my websites are still just straight HTML. And I messed around with, dynamic websites and stuff. I had a couple for several years when I was using GoDaddy as my host, my website host. But then I learned, couldn't afford it anymore, and so I'd been interested in building my own servers anyway, so I had these old machines, and so I used a 450 megahertz Dell for several years as my web server, and now I'm using that IBM 2.5 gigahertz Celeron as my web server. It's quiet, doesn't make a lot of heat. It's great for a web server. If just if you got a place to stick it out of the way where it doesn't bother you, where you got a network cable to it. I wouldn't do a web server with Wi-Fi. You could, but you're going to end up losing connection to it all the time. But because Wi-Fi is pretty hinky overall, especially with so much radio waves fighting for the airspace. Anyway, I've ran it for 3 years or more now, and I had an earlier version of Fedora. Now I got 23 on there, and of course that's another thing I want to upgrade. Well, I thought I wasn't going to be able to use Fedora because they didn't have a 32-bit version because it's not a 64-bit machine. But then I saw this the other day. I was looking through all their ISOs, and I saw a i386 Fedora web server for Fedora 27, so I'm going to try that. So what I actually need to do then, what I kept thinking I would do to start with, is get my, since that's open, I'll make sure I haven't screwed something up. I'm going to get my backup drive. Sure, I haven't. Get my backup drive and Yeah, so far so good. You know, OBS is good. It's not misbehaving and using up resources. I don't know what caused that uh, remote desktop to mess things up. Okay, unmount. All of her backups are on there, so I got to plug it into the laptop. Okay. Um, Now, as soon as it gets mounted up, there it was right there, just the instant I put my mouse over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it's looking lucky. Well, I don't have any profiles made in Lucky Backup yet, do I? Right? Yeah, that's on this system, I think. I tried to search. Do I have, yeah, Application Finder. Let's add that to the panel. Okay. And well, I won't do Thunderbird until I get its profile in there. So I'll just do them as I go. But I do need Crusader. There we go. Now, right now I need those just to be able to work without having a headache. Oh, this is a different. This is the one I don't like. Let's see. Can I remember what I had in mind? Appearance. I want to go to appearance and make this pick a oops, that's not gonna, I never have good luck with those system tool things. Yeah, when you set up a system, just another username for somebody else. Yeah, there's Lucky Backup. I'll go ahead and open it while I'm thinking. Actually, let's do that, and then we'll mess with our appearance while that's working. Okay, so yeah, see, I have no profiles. I'm wondering, it takes a while to make profiles. It may work. I might be able to import one. Let's see. Let's try the import. Now that I have the drive in there. I think Debian still uses the mount folder. No. Media. I think there it is. Let's see. Yep. So the Debian still does what was originally set up, and it makes the most sense, and you can find them. Use the mount folder, the MNT folder, and media would be where the CD-ROM would be, I think, or DVD. Or so that's so quick and easy to do. I'm thinking that I kept thinking, well, I may need to upgrade her hardware, but I might, as long as it's not if I can set it and forget it, then it'd be fine for her to run Debian. She won't know the difference. The desktop will look identical. And I could put Debian on her machine, and it'd run okay. It'd be a few more years before it would get to where it might, get to the point to bloat enough to slow down the machine. Well, what do I want is Lucky Backup. I think I saved those in documents. I guess I didn't. Go back. It might have been in downloads. No. Maybe I just saved it in the .lucky backup folder. But you can't get there with this interface. That's one thing that's a pain. Let's see if there's... Yeah, Lucky Backup profiles. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't seem to be anything in there. Unless you just can't see the files in here. Let me go look in Crusader and see. You can go through all the directories in Crusader. Uh-oh. There's that problem with the video again. It's fine over there on the laptop, but let's get out of there. Let me go see if my machine is... No, my machine is not being overworked, so it's just this viewer. So I'm going to have to quit using this viewer. There's something weird about it. Maybe it just doesn't... Weird about it with Debian, I think. Which one was I didn't... Oh, that one didn't work at all. I'm going to go in here and look. Let's see. Just look for some others. I think there might be some others. I just have so many apps on here that it's pretty easy to miss them. I'm not good at looking through lists like this. My eyes don't do well. I miss things. Okay. I don't want to go installing more stuff just because I might probably if it's not installed I didn't like it. But why? I don't know why I left one on there that it's not doesn't even open up though. I mean, doesn't even connect. EPUB file editor. See, it's SLGIL or something. EPUB file editor. That's a name that'll never tell you what that app does. Let's see. Internet. They might be in there. I should have thought of that. KRFBs will view, and that's what I'm using to serve it up, I think. Oh no, it's not KRFB, it's some other K. Yeah. Let's see. Remote viewer. Yeah, there's a companion to KRFB. I don't remember what it's called. There's a viewer, but if I just have KRFB opened up, then of course it's going to ask me for my... Oh, I guess I should look. I changed some of my passwords, so I better look and see what the heck I've done. Getting where I need a break. There. Oh. I don't know what my KDE wallet password is my problem here. Oh, the one other VNC app I liked was Tight VNC. It says old on there, but I did like that app, I thought. I don't know if it's available in the newer versions. Tiger and Tight VNC, one of them, I think Tight VNC is the original and Tiger is a fork of it, yeah. And Tight worked better. It did. I remember Tiger VNC was so slow you couldn't use it, the server. But I left the viewer on there, I guess, because at least it works. I'm trying to look through all this stuff. May be in trouble because I don't see it. Maybe it's there and I'm just not seeing it. Okay, I picked a bunch of different passwords and finally got it right. Okay, but the thing is, this is just the server. This is not the viewer. Yeah, so I don't even need it. Okay. KRFB, FB. Maybe I don't have it on here. I guess I'm gonna have to go look and see. Sometimes I can't. I know I have an app even, but I can't find it. Oh, that darn machine. Well, that's coming in. The machine went to sleep. I wonder if it... What's that? Oh, that's where I'm at. Oh, I already closed the connection. That... I wonder if I can log into it with a remote desktop app. Let's see. I'll try one of these others that... Yeah. Yep, you sure can. Okay. Some of them you can do that, some of them you can't. Okay, I was in the middle of opening up Crusader to look for something. And I'll just go ahead. Maybe this is what I need to do, is just get back with it. I just don't want to because I don't like it being so small like that. Let's get this. I guess I can keep working, but go back and forth. Okay. I gotta set the settings to what I like here. What? Oh, it's still, this one's acting up just like the other one did. I think it's just asking me if, I could have looked at the laptop, asking me if I wanted to keep that. Yeah, no, I had the trouble the other day with Crusader moving files to trash, and I just left it like that, and I got the trash filled up, and then I couldn't delete it. This default is delete files. That's how come I've always used it. I just never really... Well, I did find, I think I'd ran into that before. I think I tried it and then found out I didn't like it. Automatic file systems. I always want that automatic save because I don't want to do all this work and not save, but I do it the first thing because it comes up first, but then you have to keep clicking those test archive after packing. I like that. If you don't click them, it'll pop up and say, don't you want to save that? It should do it right as you close, not on every screen, but I don't know. When you leave the screens, you may lose your settings if you don't save them. That might be why it does it that way. Okay, so I think that's pretty close to what I like. All right. Oh, I never did change my... At least this one's one I can use. I didn't change my... I keep going on. I think, okay, this is sidetracked. Let's get back to business. And so anyway... oh, yeah, I wanted to find where I had saved her... I think... Oh, yeah, I was looking through her... Okay, so now there's all her dot directories. That's so small. I got to find a better viewer than this. But Lucky Backup. I think profiles. Yeah. What I can do is I don't know if I have actually. That's only 2 profiles. So I don't know where I put those ones I made. This is going to end up taking longer than just setting it up. Setting it up manually. The other day I tried to import a profile and it ended up not being what I was looking for. But I'm going to put this in backups while I'm at it, because I can't get into that dot folder from Lucky Backup. Oh, there's some of them right there. Started to copy them over there, but no, that's where I put them. But I also had a folder. I saw it. There it is. Oh, why didn't I see those? So that's not, oh yeah, it does it different in the newer version. You can't just import a profile for you have to have like the whole folder. Okay. So what I need to do is copy that whole folder, I think. Then I think it'll be all right. Yeah, profiles. I think that's what it has to see. Okay, now we'll make it equal. And I'm going to move these 2. Well, let's just say copy. And if they're the same, it'll tell me. Skip. Now let's go see about moving these into that folder. Well, let's hit copy. Skip. Okay, those are the same thing. So let's get them out of there so they won't be confusing. So this is what I have, okay, to work with for daily backup. Okay, and the other one is Lucky Backup as root. Oh, that's not where you want those. You want it in profiles. Copy. I might ought to be doing sync. Let's see. Skip. Okay, we got one and not the other. Let's see. So I don't think there's a problem. If you use sync, then it will, it'll say, do you want to overwrite this one? This one's newer than the other one, Just because they have the same name don't mean they're the same, because I changed them. All right. Now let's see if we can import that. If there's not one already built, I'm going to have to just go ahead and build one. I guess I should have looked at those more closely. I don't think any of them said they would do. Well, let's just see if it would work. I don't think any of them said that they would do what I wanted. Mount. It's not showing up this time. Oh, it's media. Everything's in media. Okay, I said it all wrong a while ago. You probably already knew that. There, back up. Okay. Okay, it's not working. What I did didn't work. That looks like it might work. Nope. I don't know. Maybe these are all too old, or else I just... Oh, I think you just do it by the folder. Well, you can delete them if you don't like them, so... Did it work? It has a... No, it didn't work. Okay. Either that or it's taking a little longer than I expected. Let's try again with that dot default. Maybe I don't have the format right. I tried profiles. Let's try default profile. Import it. Well, that's working. So you got to have it. I need to move those over to. Now we've got all of those. Okay. Data. Back up to the USB, and of course it's showing that it's not right. So okay, this is her old original backup. Okay, that wouldn't work because that goes to that Mint drive. So I'm going to delete it, and then this one might be fixable. Let's see, home theta to Seagate expansion drive. Oh no. Run media Don. Yeah, that's all wrong. This one could be fixed though. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't have any. Well, it has excluded that kind of stuff. Oh, this is the one with the remote host. Oh, that's getting it from her IP address when the machine's in her room. Ah. But this is on the machine she's going to use, so I'm going to delete that one too. Okay, now we're back to just one. I'm going to have to do it manually, I think. Let's go over here. Let's see. And see if there's any better viewer. And one good thing, I can switch quick with it like that. What just happened? Oh, everything's really small. Okay, go to Crusader again and see if I can put those in that spot there. Theta. If I order those by the last modified, I'll find my folders quicker. Now it has to be in the profiles folder, but it has to be now that. And this time I'm going to hit sync. Oh, it must be in tools. Yeah. Left to right. Compare. Synchronize. Now. Okay. Now. I'm going to delete that one because I don't want to be confused again about why it doesn't work. Okay. I always try to get off of that drive because I'm going to be unplugging it. It always throws up an error, hangs things up for a while. Now I'm going to get some of the same ones when I import them again, but oh well. I wasn't thinking ahead. Back up. It's so tiny. There. I think I'll do this way. Actually, do it this way. Dawn's imported because that's what it really is. Okay, now, see what we got. That's nothing. There we go. Yeah, that's the one I don't want. I think I don't really have anything. I guess I never actually went and saved. And what probably happened is, they were in, like the ones that were in her default folder on her, make sure I don't delete the wrong thing. delete those. I think that'll get all of them out of there. Yeah, well, no, it didn't. Okay, I don't really, that's not going to help me. I've looked at that before. It's just too complicated to. Okay, so am I in Lucky Backup as, actually I don't know. I'm not in Super User. Do I need to be? No, because this is to bring stuff into her home folder, so all of it should be Theta. But I'm going to have to go take that break before I continue with this. So I don't know. I'm going to have to eat lunch before too long, but I wasn't thinking about doing it right now, but maybe I should. I'm debating, should I just hurry up and go take the quick break, or well, I was going to get this going and go take a quick break, but it's going to take too long. So maybe I need to, yeah, maybe I might even eat lunch, and while I'm eating lunch, I can look for a better remote desktop app. Might be a good idea. Okay, just get off of that now. Yeah, I'll look it through that, and let's just go take my little break, and then I'll go look for. I'll see if I can see a better, like that. The companion to the KRFB might work good, and with KRFB, and then I guess I'll eat lunch and come back after a while, hour or so, whatever. Okay, I'll do that. Bye.